Hello, everyone. Woo, woo. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be addressing what it's like in the day of moi, right? A soul nourished health and wellness practitioner. So, stay tuned to this episode. I'm really excited. All right. Um, and we will get that done.
Welcome to our podcast, designed for psychologists, therapists, and counselors who want to take their business online and live a soul-nourished and profitable life without compromise. If you want to know the secrets used by practitioners just like you to navigate the global e-learning market successfully, then you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Talene, chartered psychologist, business mentor, and your host, and welcome to the Abundant Practitioner podcast.
Hello, everyone. So I'm really excited about today's episode, and it's quite interesting because when I was speaking with the marketing division about these different episodes and what's coming up, and they were like, "Talene, I think people would love to know like what behind the scenes is like for you. Like, what is a typical day like for you? What is a typical week like for you? What is a typical month like for you?" And just give some insight into what happens behind the scenes so that people have a bit more of a clearer idea. Because I know many of you that listen to this or that are in the abundant practitioner space, that you are here because you want to work in a new way. You would like to have a business that is fun and joyful, where you are feeling soul nourished. And for many of you, that is just not the case right now. Whether you are overworking in terms of the number of one-to-ones you are delivering, or whether you're struggling to get your practice off the ground, or whether you're putting in so much hours and you have so much education and experience, but yet what comes out the other side just feels like peanuts. Like, whatever, wherever you are on your journey, there is totally another way. And what I do, so I'm a chartered psychologist and behavior change expert, if you don't know already, and I work in the global e-learning market. So I work online and have been doing so since 2015, right? Which is a very, very, very long time in the age of the online world in terms of people, practitioners especially, working online. And I know many of you may have started to gravitate into that world, particularly with what's happened in the world recently with coronavirus and the global pandemic. But it's like a whole new world, right? In terms of how to work, what's the best way to work with my clients? And also, how do I still not have that invisible ceiling that feels like it is there in terms of income, in terms of impact? Like, how do I really work in a different way? And so what I teach and what I do is I work with my clients in a transformative way. So my clients, when they come and work with me, that they are going through a transformation. So they don't see me for one session, right? They don't even see me one-on-one every single week either. I just don't do that. But I create a really empowering and powerful way to work with my clients, where they are really like leading their transformation, and I'm supporting them in an empowering way to lead that transformation and release anything that needs to happen for them to get where they need to go. And so, clients tend to work with me initially for around about 12 weeks is what I do. And I work with two different types of clients, if you don't know. So I have my dream clients, and who I work with are entrepreneurs and creatives. So I work with people who are the owner of a estate agent, for example. They could be a singer and songwriter, DJ, a sculptress. Is that how you say it? Like make sculptures. I'm trying to think of some of my clients that you could resonate. Consultants, they're running consulting practices. So that's the type of people I work with. They are really like leaders in their field. They are executing a soul inspired mission and vision, and that's what I do. And I've been doing that since 2015. And when they work with me, they sign up for a transformation, right? And it's going to take more than one session to have a transformation, and there's going to be learning that happens in that transformation. And And there's going to be community that I really believe is empowering when some people are going through transformation. And that's how I design my service. And so that's why I have a scalable business model, one that where the clients are getting incredible results because of how it's structured, and one where I'm soul nourished in how I deliver it to as well. Right. And it's really because it's a transformation, it's no longer following that traditional model of where they pay one to one for therapy or anything like that. They are literally investing in a transformational experience. Like when people invest in like retreats or anything like that, it's a transformation, and it's a very different pricing model that goes with that. And so I just wanted to get start with but giving a bit of an insight into like what that looks like, okay, because that's one side of the business. And then obviously on the other side of the business is now I support other practitioners, whether they're a psychologist or therapist or counselor or anything similar, but they're a health and well-being practitioner, and they too want to be working with people with in a beautiful way, which is expansive to them and soul nourishing to them, but it also empowers their clients to get a phenomenal results. They're working with clients that light them up, right? And they're being paid well to do so, right? And so they're able to serve from their overflow. And it's really exciting. And again, that same side of the business is also a transformative experience. It's literally modeled from what I've been doing in the global e-learning market, and really supports people with the strategy, but also the mindset that's required to build a business that really works in terms of being sustainable and building up a profitable business as well. So that's who I am and what I do. And I wanted to start with that before I go into like what my day's like, to give a bit of context into like what I do, right? And so the beauty of that is like, they like in terms of the model and how we work with clients here, is that generally clients will come, they'll have access to resource to help them on the way on their journey. They'll have access to one-on-one sessions to help them with their journey. They'll have access to community as well with their journey. But because it's community focused, and because the teaching is done in groups, and the support is given in groups as well, and any kind of breakthrough moments we do in groups as well, it lessens the need to have like one-to-one every single week. So it becomes more scalable because I'm not in this one-to-one model of working, but it still has like, it's a bit of a hybrid model in terms of like totally being group, right? Where you have like some one-on-one elements and you have group, and I'm able to actually bring in other people to support with one-on-ones if I need to and want to as well, which you can do as well in yours and business. But it's really a beautiful way, which is expansive and allows the clients to really flourish in their transformation and take charge of their transformation. And we all know as practitioners the importance of people coming to their experience in a way that they are ready for change, like they are ready to be an active part of their change, an active agent in their change process. And it really is important. And so just the way you set up it is different. So what can I tell you about the day in the life of me, right? I wrote down a few points that I wanted to share, which could be of interest. But, really a day in the life of me, like, because I have transformative marketing in place, that, and what I mean by that is that our marketing alone is also transformative. So our marketing doesn't feel marketing-y or salesy or anything like that. We just don't have that in our business. Everything we do is about transformation for our clients. We don't have that like waking up scrambling to like know who our clients are going to be, or like, have we got enough clients or anything like that. Or on the flip side of that, of like, oh my God, I've got like 10 clients today, or oh my God, I've got 5 one-on-ones today. I don't see, like, I know some of you have like 15, 20 clients a week, you see. I don't see like that many clients at all, right? Because the work we do is really like energy consuming as well, right? So I really start my day with gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful to be working in a way where I can look after myself. I get to look after myself. I choose to look after myself for the benefit of my clients, for the benefit of my family, for the benefit ultimately of me, right? And to be able to guide my mission forward. So I always start my day in gratitude, like literally in my bed, heart, like hand on heart, like eyes closed, and just so grateful for the life I get to live. Right. And it might sound I saw something on my eyebrow. It might sound like a bit like, oh, we were whatever. But I'm really grateful because like before working in this way, it was like get up, like when I didn't have this business and I was working for someone, it was like, get up, get dressed quickly, run, like go and get the tube, get on that cram tube, commute to central London, do all the things, right? And whilst I might have had fleeting moments of gratitude, I don't think it is as it is now, of like just really having like a slow start to the day where I can just really like get up and pray and meditate and just be in gratitude and just be really grateful for the life I have given myself and chosen myself and been directed to live. So that's one of the things I would share, right? I want to share. I'm going to encourage that regardless of whatever your work life is like right now, cultivating that sooner rather than later, if you're not already, can help you make the shifts that you need to in your life and see what you need to do and be able to lean into things that you want to do that might feel scary and just be able to push forward, right? So that's something that happens as well in the day of the life of me, right? Another thing that happens in the day of the life of me is I love all my clients, like literally like my clients excite me, like I really care about them and like um and like really love working with them, right? In terms of you know like people that have invested into coming into a transformative experience with me, I know they are really about like the change that they want to see in their life. They're really about learning how to shift their mindset and relate to life in a different way. If I've got a singer or an actor or or a CEO of a company like coming into me, right? Like they are like in it. They're in their change. And even if they're not fully in their change, right? The way it's set up, it's done that in a way that the clients can't like just like not turn up for their session, or cancel last minute or whatever, right? Uh, but there's so much respect on both sides that it just feels really good, feels really expansive. So, I really and it really supports clients to keep going even when resistance comes up, because in the work we do, whoever we work with, whatever you work with them on and with, there's going to be resistance that comes up. And so the model that we have here is that everything we do supports the client to continue even when the resistance is showing up, so that they can have the change that they want to have and don't just kind of self-sabotage and stop. And so that's amazing. I love that, right? And that's what happens in my day. That if I have got a client session, if I have got a group session, so whether it's a one-on-one session I'm going on, or whether it's a group session I'm going on, or whether it's a one-on-one session one of my team is going on, or whether it's a group session one of my team is going on, or whether it's a team meeting, or whether it's a one-on-one session with somebody in my team, I enjoy talking to them. I enjoy talking to them. I literally enjoy it because everybody's about the same mission, right? We're really clear on our mission here. We're really clear on who we are here to help and how we're here to help them, and who we're not here to help and how we're not here to help them, right? Which means that everybody's clear on the vision of what we're here to do. I'm clear on the vision on what I'm about. And so I can just fully show up and just enjoy life. And so that means I don't work with any clients that I don't want to work with. And some may think that's not cool, but that's just who I am and how I operate, is that I just know who I'm being called to serve, and I just serve them, and that's it, point blank, right? And it doesn't mean that I don't have clients that are going through extreme challenges. That's not what I'm saying here, so please hear me. Um, but I'm very clear on because many of our clients do come in real extreme challenges and circumstances that they're going through that they need help with. And that's not our deciding criteria. But I am really clear on who I'm here to help and who I'm not here to help, and what I will not put up with and what I will put up with. Right. And so we've got really clear boundaries about that. And that is something that enables me to be soul nourished, right, as a health and wellbeing practitioner. And so you checking in on your boundaries as well. I'm really boundaried as well in terms of the hours I put in at work, and having a lunch break, and having fresh air, and like doing things that feel good, and being there for my son when he comes in from nursery and enjoying that, and being present with my partner and my son if we were sitting down and chilling, you know, being intentional when I'm making dinner, spending time going out with my friends. Like there's a real intent. Like I feel like I'm really intentional in how I use my time. Um, and and obviously that's come over time, but that's really helped me in terms of being that soul nourished health and wellness practitioner. Um, And another thing that could happen in the day of the life of me is that it's just a whole different day. Like no 2 days are the same. Literally, last week, Friday, I was at the Women in Music Awards, just there in person, right? We can be in person now, woohoo, with a client that was just so happy with how much their life has changed by going into that transformational experience, had invited me to be there with them, right? And so that's pretty cool. All right. But then no 2 days are the same in terms of we host retreats as well, and in-person experiences. And so those are fun and different, and we can really like getting in it and working in a different way. And so but everything comes back in terms of like what's going to serve the client at the highest level, in terms of getting that client to have that change with their transformation. And that's how the work here is guided, and how my day is guided, really. um the other thing as well is, I would say that because I am very like clear on who I'm here to help and how I'm here to help them, it has enabled me to have some um media opportunities, and corporate opportunities that I just come by. Like I don't actually go out there seeking, or anyone on our teams like seeking corporate gigs or anything like that. Like literally anything we have that happens just comes through our transformative marketing, and comes through with me being seen as who I am and what I do. And so things that you might have seen, like where I've worked with big corporate clients, or where I've been in spoken at certain places, or whatever that is, that's all just come through God, law of attraction, whatever you want to say, but just like me being me, and like living in my greatness and in my truth. And that's what, something I would love to share about that as well. And I guess as well, like one of the things in terms of it is like, you know, that I'm always like learning and growing and development, which is like many practitioners, to be fair. I think we as a bunch are quite we love to learn, and we love to put our best self forward. And so that's something that I do every single day, I would imagine, in my, whether it's reading a book, or speaking to my mentor, or learning something. Like I'm always learning and growing, and so there's an element of my day that includes that as well. So I know this like this topic it's kind of been a bit all over the place because my days are in that sense a bit all over the place in the sense that no 2 days are the same. Obviously I still have emails that come through that I respond to. And we have a messaging system on Slack, and I'm in that. Um, and there's things that meetings that have to happen, um and like that admin side of things, right? But literally, because everything is related to a clear mission, I can always go back to the why I'm here and what I'm here to do, and feel inspired to do what I'm doing. um and so, like, yeah, there might be moments where it's like, oh, but I'm in control. Like, I don't have to do it there and then, maybe, but like I'm in control of what I do and how I show up, and what my life's like, right? Even this podcast, like I get to choose to do it. Normally it's later, okay, but I do have a training session I've got to attend, which is why I'm on an hour earlier to do it live. But it's like I get to choose that, and so there's that freedom and flexibility that I have because it's my business. Yeah, right. um and so, like, I want to share this as ways of inspiring you to think about what are your days like as a practitioner, and what parts of your days don't feel aligned, what parts of your days do feel aligned. How can you create more of what you actually want and less of what you don't want? And if you're really looking to be supported into understanding how you too could create a scalable business model where you're working online. You can have offline elements if you would like I mentioned, you can have retreats, you could have in-person experiences, but the majority of it could be online, where you literally are able to work in a way that just beautifully works, right? And so many people, especially now, are really open to the way of working online. And so if that's you, if what you're listening today is like really like piqued curiosity, and you're like, I kind of want a little bit more soul nourishment. Like, I want to work in a different way. Then you're more than welcome to reach out to our team, and we'll set up a conversation for us to see how you can implement that in your life too, using the business models that we teach to other practitioners, right? So that's it really for today. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it's like today. If I give you an overview of today, so what was today like? I'm so in the moment that I'm like, what happened today? Where was like today? So today has been quite interesting. So we've had started the day with a meeting with marketing, and then followed that with another meeting as well, and then followed that as well by having just going through some requests from on the emails, some new business as well from coming from the Women in Music Awards last week. So that came through. So that was pretty cool as well. So, preparing for today's show, meeting with my clients. I mustn't forget that. I meet with my clients today as well for a group session. So that was really powerful. So we've had that. But ultimately, the really great things that served me today was going for a walk, right? And doing a dance party with my son this morning before, and like just getting up and like dancing around, and we're singing Shakira. Waka waka, like literally like just being foolish, and actually cooking a nice healthy lunch for me and my partner to sit down and just have lunch together. And like these are the real fun things, and that I choose to do and I get to do. So that's kind of today, but tomorrow will be very different, in different ways, and the next day will be very different as well. But that's because I chosen that, and you get to choose what you want for you, and that might not be that. it might be something else, but do just make sure you're tuning in and making sure you're being soul nourished as a practitioner, because the work we do is it can take a lot, right? Emotionally, right? And so make sure you're protecting yourself and you're serving from your overflow as well, right? So that's it for me today, over and out. But I will see you again next week for another episode of the Abundant Practitioner podcast. Take care.
Thank you for tuning into today's show. We drop a brand new episode each week, so do subscribe. And if you like what you heard and you're ready to pivot the way you work and discover a new way, then go to www.drtalene.com/explore and book an appointment to speak with our team. We'll hop on the phone with you for about 45 minutes and help you craft out a step-by-step strategy on how you can successfully make the pivot just like our clients have. I'm Dr. Talene. Good luck and let's talk soon.